And lo, the streets did come awash with the tears of Doctor Who fangirls. It is me, Christopher Bretall, and this is Horse Writes Back Off the Record. Hooray! This week we are talking Who. Not the World Health Organization, or indeed the band, we are talking the Doctor of the same name, as on Sunday night, after much fannying about and padding, it was revealed that Peter Capaldi would be the next Doctor Who. And, as was bound to be the case, regardless of who was revealed, there's been a lot of moaning already. The guy hasn't even done a single episode yet. We've not even seen him in his new get up, and already there's people moaning. Oh my god. Fangirls bitching and moaning because he's an older man, that we haven't got so many cute, like, Pats or something similar. Oh my word. But of course, that is always the case. Always the case whenever a new Doctor Who comes around. There's a lot of moaning, a lot of bitching that it won't be as good as whoever they're replacing, or that the person should have been someone else. The words Brian Blessed were said quite a lot in the run-up to it. Of course, as a joke, there seems to be some people that genuinely wanted Brian Blessed to be the new Doctor Who. Of course, that would have been fantastic for maybe the first couple episodes, but after a while it get bloody tedious. There's always a few joke names that are thrown about. And of course, when David Tennant did shimmy off that Doctor Who coil, there was quite a few people jokingly saying Peter Capaldi should do it. And, lo and behold, he finally is. Of course, it is lucky for the fans that he himself is a fan, and by the sounds of things has done his fair whack of research and preparation for it, during that wonderful spectacle of televisional feast. He did reveal that for a time he has been rehearsing, using old Doctor Who scripts so that you can get the full gravitas and the feel of the character, which is great! Fantastic! He has actually spent some time researching it, and we're not just getting someone who people thought would be nice to be the Doctor. And he seems to be a fan once again. There was, on that TV show, the revelation that he did at the age of 15 send a letter to his local paper congratulating them on their 25th anniversary edition and saying he hopes that in 25 years' time they will have another special edition. But in any case, lo and behold, he is now the new Doctor Who, whether the fangirls like it or not. I myself will reserve criticism for when I actually see him as the Doctor. I won't come up with my opinion of him based on a few publicity photos, or indeed the trailer that in all likelihood will not be on the end of the Christmas special. But of course, we'll soon see how that goes. The Christmas special, of course, it's got John Hurt as being the other Doctor, Doctor number 8.5. No, wait, he's the real Ninth Doctor now, because that doesn't confuse things in the slightest. Oh, my word. I'm curious how they'll explain, for a start, how the Doctor is managing to survive, though his number of lives is either at the maximum number now, or is nearing the next maximum number, or is about to go over. I'm not that good with numbers, it has to be said, but in any case, it would appear that they're going to have to do a fair whack of explaining. And of course, we'll get that wonderful thing of Matt Smith, no doubt, as he's dying, will make some great and epic speech. Will actually be very melodramatic and bleeding hearts. He will flop on the floor of the TARDIS as things explode around him. They'll have that silly, glowing, fiery facial effect from when Christopher Eccleston regenerated. There'll be that angelic choir mumbling in the background. Clara will look tearfully on as Matt Smith's face seemingly melts like wax into Peter Capaldi's. And then he'll spring up and either say something incredibly profound or incredibly silly, probably both, and then see you next time. And then all the Doctor Who fangirls will either be won over by that whole 10 seconds of Peter Capaldi, or they'll still be bitching and moaning. Oh my word. I always find casting decisions for stuff like Doctor Who, or even James Bond, bloody ridiculous at the end of the day. You can't make a confounded or indeed accurate decision or criticism of someone when you've not seen them in action. I don't even think there's been any kind of promotional stills of Peter Capaldi in his Doctor Who get-up yet. So how can you turn around and go, oh my god, he's not going to be as good as Matt Smith. Oh my god, how could they have an older Doctor Who? He's supposed to get younger with every progressive regeneration. Ugh. Of course, one of the things that is an interesting fact about this is Peter Capaldi, and I'm certain that that's the way you pronounce his name, but of course I could be incredibly wrong. He is 55 years old, and that is the same age that William Hartnell was when he was cast as Doctor Who. William Hartnell, of course, was the first Doctor, and of course this year is the 50th anniversary, so, maybe there's something there, maybe so there's something prophetic about it. I don't honestly know. I'm not that kind of person to speculate on such things. I'm still dumbfounded by that bloody stupid promotional show they did on Sunday. Oh, I admit I didn't see all of it. I saw the majority of it, but I didn't see all of it. The whole thing just felt like A, padding about, and B, pandering. Was there nothing better that they could have done for it? And this is a big thing. This is the 50th year of Doctor Who. We've got that big special coming in November that is going to be broadcast in 3D. That's going to be in cinemas. This is a big thing. It's the longest running sci-fi program on the planet, and they produce this very clumsily put together Sunday show. Now, Sunday nights, by and large these days, just seem to be a dumping ground for celebrity specials or results to reality TV shows. There's not really that much goes on anymore, whereas Sunday nights once upon a time were the nights for the very laid back, light-hearted, very softly dramas like Heartbeat or other such shows that completely escape my knowledge. They're very soft, they're very nice and gentle shows like Last of the Summer Wine. Those seem to have been replaced by the celebrity game shows that I loathe and despise. And of course, Sunday we had the revelation of the Doctor Who, which of course is why we're here. And part of me cynically thinks that the BBC just kind of wasted a load of money on it. I understand that, it is a big thing, so you expect them to make a bit more of a spectacle of it. And God knows I love a great spectacle. But of course, the whole thing just felt a little bit anticlimactic. As soon as they revealed who it was, they asked him a handful of, about 2-3 questions, and then that was it. The way that I imagined it would be, they'll spend half the show, doing the whole panning out of, oh, it's Doctor Who's 50th year, oh, isn't this amazing? And then they'd wheel them out. Then for the last half of the show, they'd do a few already planned questions, few pre-rehearsed questions, and then they take questions from the audience, either at home or in the audience. Make it a bit more interactive so that they can go, oh, so how did you prepare for the role? What things do you want to bring for it? Who was your favourite Doctor? These kind of things. The basic question of what's your favourite Doctor Who or your favourite Doctor Who episodes were just completely missed off it. And I know that's the big reveal. The whole point of it was to go, here he is, Peter Capaldi, oh, you're next Doctor Who, and then having come out and say, oh yes, I've been practicing by reading old Doctor Who scripts. I got the call when I was in Italy doing the BBC's version of the French Three Musketeers, yes, and I used to play Doctor Who in the playground in primary school. Oh, fantastic, amazing. They didn't even so much as ask him, who was your favourite Doctor Who growing up? What was your favourite Doctor Who episode? Just basic stuff like that. It wouldn't have been the greatest of things, but still it would have been a nice insight, if nothing else. Of course, you got all these little mashup videos as well coming out on YouTube, mashing up The Thick of It, I think it's called. That show that he's on, I'm no big fan of his. That makes it sound as if I don't like him. I reserve the right to criticise him once I've actually seen him in action. But still, they've got all these mashups are out at the moment. I've not had a chance to properly see them because I've been busy with other things. I am currently ill at the moment. I have a sore throat. That's why I'm doing a short episode of this and calling it a special. Even though I'm talking about stuff that's already been talked about and raked over God knows how many times. But still, it's a big thing for someone like myself because I put my hands up. I didn't like the past series of Doctor Who. Matt Smith, I think, as a whole, has been underutilised, his talents as an actor. I found the episodes rapidly kind of descending the kind of pantomime mush that marred Russell T Davies' time. But of course, with Peter Capaldi, maybe, just maybe, we'll have a Doctor that doesn't want to sleep with his companion for once. We'll have a Doctor that isn't so romantically inclined. I know the fangirls absolutely bloody love it, but good God! It seems to be, within the first 5 minutes of meeting a companion, he sticks his tongue down the throat. David Tennant Doctor was the worst for that, we have to admit that. when he was Martha, I think it was Martha, the second companion he had on the first episode. He kissed her. Within the first 15 minutes, he kissed her. That's practically, that's bordering on the mark of parody, for God's sake. Of course, with this new Doctor, he is older, so maybe we'll get more laid back and, well, I say laid back, more slower pace, more gradual episodes, rather than running about like a blue-ass fly for God knows how long. But we'll soon see. We'll soon see. I am looking forward to it, if only for the change. And, of course, there is that mumbling, that rumour that there's going to be a break here, gap for the next Doctor Who episode so that Stephen Moffat could work on next series of Sherlock Holmes. I don't know whether that is the case or not. I didn't really do that much research before doing this, but we'll see. If that's the case, then maybe we'll get a real series of Doctor Who, because, for God's sake, it's been bloody ludicrous. This split series thing doesn't work. The series that was on at the start of this year was part 2. That wasn't part 1, that was part 2. That was part 2 of the series from last September. That doesn't work. How can you have part 2 at the start of the year? Surely it should be part 1, but of course, we'll see. I just hope there's no ridiculous cliffhanger if they are taking a year out at the end of the Doctor Who episode. Of course, like I say, they'll have the usual thing of the wibbly-wobbly face melting thing. Then he'll sit up and say something. Then Doctor Who will return in the piano accordions of Grengar. And then it'll get the whole dramatic extra bit. And then we'll all just sit back going, well, time for Mrs. Brown, boys, then. Here we go. Oh, I'm looking forward to Christmas this year. It is going to be as good as they're making it out to be, but we'll soon see. Oh, wait, no. Sod that. Crap! It's not at Christmas, it's in November. I said that earlier on, isn't it? Yeah, it's in November. Yeah, well, they may have a Christmas special as well. Maybe. We'll soon see. I am looking forward to it, though. I am in two minds. Well, should I watch it in the cinema, the big 50th anniversary, or should I watch it at home? Answers on a postcard, please. What are you doing, dear listener? On for the anniversary, will you be in the cinema, or are you at home? Will you watch it in that traditional way that has been the case for the past 50 years, hiding behind your sofa? Or will you watch it in the cinema with other like-minded individuals, probably wearing costumes of previous Doctors? What shall you do? Let us know. Comment on Facebook or indeed on the YouTube page. Well, that kind of brings us up to the end of this. There's no other big revelations. Of course, I could rant and rave at just how terrible the Doctor Who reveal show was, but I think it's been crucified enough. There's no real anything else I can discuss at this point, so if you've enjoyed it, this little audio nugget, this little special, thank you, and by God, you are a fantastic and sexy person. If not, then, well, fair play to you. Now, next week, on Holes Around Back, we'll be back to business as usual. More wacky and hilarious observances. More revelations, no doubt. Maybe something else to do with Doctor Who. We'll soon see. Some Holes Around Back news will be revealed on the Facebook page shortly. Holes Around Back, facebook.com/Holes Around Back. And at least holesrightabout.com, but we haven't got a website, have we? No. Anyway, that is it for this week. Hope you've enjoyed it. If not, fair enough. Until next time, my friends, goodbye.